This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of June 24th, 2024. No matter how crazy the outside world may seem, no matter how insane and mind-boggling the news might strike you, no matter how frantic and frenetic your schedule may be lately, this week brings calming and grounding, at least in your thinking. This comes from an effortless flow of energy, a collaboration between Mercury, which rules our communication, and Saturn, planet of adulting, order, structure, commitment, the status quo. Saturn is stationing retrograde this week. He's been at the degree of his retrograde station for several weeks, and he will stay there through most of July. He's already a very slow influence, and the fact that this link is coming at his station deepens and slows and prolongs the gifts of the trine between Mercury and Saturn. Mercury is in its most emotive, emotional, non-logical position in the sign of Cancer, really enhancing emotional expression, taking things very personally in some situations. Mercury collaborating with Saturn gives us a sense of solidity, brings information, brings thoughts, brings ideas that have some sense of form to them and some lasting power. We're reaching emotional decisions, emotional moments, emotional expressions that can really calm things down. If only within us there's an element of certainty and centering that comes from this. Now, given that this is an easy flow and that Saturn often brings walls or impediments, this trine could very well bring information that boxes us in or limits us. But at least there is certainty from knowing where the walls are. Other bodies in the sky are going to follow Mercury's lead next month, but right now, what happens sets the stage for that. You get certainty, you get calm, you get a sense of, this is what I know. Next month, Venus makes the same link and our relationships play catch up, and then the Sun makes the same link. And we have even more confidence and solidity. So look at this week as giving you a still, quiet place that you can center yourself in. And then by the end of the week, Mercury has an opportunity aspect, a sextile to awakening, liberating, startling Uranus. From our point of structure and calmness and centering, we are then open to looking at something differently, getting a piece of information that might have knocked us off course if we weren't already settled and stable and secure in our own emotional knowledge. A few other events occur in between. Keep in mind, Jupiter is hurtling ahead in the sign of Gemini, really stirring communication and the information flow. Later in the summer, Jupiter and Saturn will have their own moment, calming things down. That'll be in August. For now, look at all these ideas as options, as possibilities, and know that choices will come later. This excess of information and possibilities could be a little queasy making this week. It could push you out of what you might consider your comfort zone. It could nudge you into looking at grander, bigger, more indulgent possibilities for yourself, into allowing yourself to start thinking about life in terms of you being able to have things, situations, qualities, experiences that you want. This comes from a semi-sextile between the Sun and Jupiter on the 28th. And then watch for openings to actually get something that you want. Openings for cooperation, openings for taking your desires and moving on them. Venus and Mars are in a sextile on the 29th. Both are in signs that use food as love language or currency, so there may be a nurturing and nourishing quality to what you're able to pull off. This could be a doorway to make a relationship or a connection more cozy and nourishing. It could open the door to more financial return. Taurus and Cancer are both very interested in material experience, material security. And this link happens as Saturn is stationing retrograde at 19 degrees Pisces, where it has been for about the last month. It will make two calming, confining, challenging squares to Jupiter before it returns to this point. The squares are 2/3 of the way through August and December. Saturn will not return to this degree until February of next year, which is a target time for many, many shifts. So know that an anchor is sinking down somehow in your heart, in your emotional expression, in your sense of home, safety, security, in your thoughts, in your communications. And this anchor is basically going to stay in place and help you get through or keep you stabilized, better way of looking at it, as we sail on through the rest of this year. Pay attention to that anchor, pay attention to that grounding cord when Mercury and Uranus have their sextile on the 29th, and lightning disrupts the way you've looked at something, startling news comes, innovation, genius, an epiphany, insight that ends up really freeing you and helping you move ahead. Homing thought of the week: show me another way to look at this. Song of the week, Keep Your Head Up by Andy Grammer. And image of the week is standing in the rain with your arms outstretched. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years experience. Visit my site, empowermentunlimited.net, to sign up for my mailing list and get a quick reference guide to Jupiter and Gemini to download as a thank you for subscribing, and to book a session with me. I am now available for appointments again. I host the show Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio and TV on the first and third Monday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there. I also host conversation on Facebook, on the page Empowerment Unlimited, and in the group, the Astro-Insight Lounge. I post on Instagram and Threads at K.A. Biehl, and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel. Talk to you next week.